So welcome to week 1 and 2 of the beginner series. So I'll show you hopefully all the poses that we did. And then I'll list the names of all the poses below so that you can look them up if you want to. So we started last week and this week with 2 different poses, and they don't really have any particular names, but just to warm up the legs. So we started with the right leg up in the air, left knee bend. You can use a strap if you want to. So the first week, we kept the right foot flexed, and we placed the ankle on top of the thigh, opening the right knee out to the right. You can stay here, you can bring the knees in, and you can hold on to the back of that thigh or the back of the shin. We're leaving the head and shoulders relaxed down. And then we cross the right leg over the left, drop the legs over to the left, turn the head to the right. And then you would do the same thing on the other side. This week, we came from here. We had a strap, or you can hold on to your foot if you can reach there. The bottom leg extends out. And so from here, holding on to that strap with the hand, or you can hold on to the foot with the hand. Left hand comes on top of the left hip to keep the hip down. Right leg comes out to the right. And so you're bringing it up and out as opposed to like straight out to the side down here, because that's not really stretching much. I want you to bring it up and out at the same time. Okay? And then we brought the knee in, crossed the knee over to the other side of the body with the left hand. And then we'll rock up, and then we did cat-cow. And so we come into tabletop position with the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. We'll drop the belly down, gaze up for cow. Exhale, rounding out the spine for cat. So you can do that a few times. We're keeping the arms straight. There's no need to bend the arms here. And then you can sit the hips back to the heels for child's pose. So this is child's pose. It's your resting position. You can also take full child's pose by bringing the arms back. So I'm going to go into down dog and go through that lunge sequence, and then I'll do sun A and sun B, and that will be it. And then some floor poses, I guess, and then that will be it. So from downward dog. So downward dog, remember, you can check the length of it by coming into plank and then back. So from downward dog, we're going to step the right foot up between the hands. Left hand stays on the mat. Right arm reaches up. It's a twisted low lunge. Right hand comes down. Shift the hips back to straighten out the right leg for half split. So the toes are flexed, coming back toward the shin. You might want to place your hands on blocks, and you can go ahead and fold forward. Then we'll rebend the right knee. You can bring both hands on top of the right thigh. We'll keep the belly in, so we're sitting tall. We're not slouching forward. And if you want to, you can reach your arms up here for a full low lunge. And then hands will come down to the mat. Toes tuck under, and you'll step back into downward facing dog. So we also did a high lunge. I'm not going to do both sides. For a high lunge, you step the right foot up, and you reach your arms up. Big crescent lunge or high lunge. And then hands come back down. You can step back. So for sun salutation A, okay, we'll start at the top of the mat. Hands come to heart center. You can bring your big toes together, or you can bring your feet hips distance, up to you. Inhale, reach the arms up. So palms face each other. You don't have to touch your palms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground your palms. Step the feet back into plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So don't forget too that you can come from here. You can drop your knees, chest and chin. So I'm not dropping the hips, right? I'm keeping the hips where they are. Chest and chin come down, and then I can come into baby cobra or tall cobra. Pressing back through child's pose into downward dog. Or I can do what I just did. And so the difference between upward facing dog and tall cobra is that this is tall cobra, this is upward facing dog. So the kneecaps lift into downward dog. So then from downward dog to complete sun salutation A, step the feet up between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands together, So for sun salutation B, we'll bend the knees, drop the hips, reach the arms up for chair pose. Knees, upper thighs squeezing together, weights in your heels. Tailbones tucked under, sinking down into the hips. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold, ground the palms. Step the feet back to plank. Lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll come into warrior one. So right foot steps up between the hands. Left heel spins down. Arms reach up. So from here, the left toes are pointed toward the top left corner of the mat to protect that knee. Hips are squaring to the front, bending into that right knee. Reach the arms up. So then from here, we'll go ahead and fold forward, lowering down through Chaturanga. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left foot steps up, heel spins down, reach the arms up. Fold forward, lower down through Chaturanga. This is called a vinyasa, this little short movement through Chaturanga to upward facing dog to downward facing dog. And then you'd step back up between the hands. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, reach the arms up for chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. We also did tree. So for tree, you'll just stand on one foot, sole of the other foot comes to your ankle, calf, or upper thigh, so just not pressing against the knee. Hands come to heart center, or you can open them up. On the ground, we did pigeon and lizard, and so for pigeon, your knee comes up between your hands, usually up to like the right wrist if my right leg is forward. Right foot in front of the left thigh. I'm going to go ahead and fold forward. And then for lizard, my right foot is up to the outside of my right hand. Left knee is sliding back down the mat. You can stay here if that's enough, or you can go ahead and fold forward. So that's lizard. On the ground, we did the stretch, Janu Sirsana, it's called in Sanskrit. I don't know the English name. So one knee will come into the chest, open out to the side, foot is flexed, you'll lengthen the spine and fold forward. You might come to here, that's fine. And then we did the twist, where you cross the leg over, reach the arm up, twist to the side. So you can be here, you can come all the way here if you want to deepen the twist. And then we just took a counter twist. We did this the first week with both feet forward, folding forward. We did this pose. Wide-legged forward fold, I don't know. I'll find all the Sanskrit names and I'll post them so you can look them up. I know some of you wanted to do that. And you can fold forward from here too, just as much as appropriate for you. And then we did butterfly. Bring the knees in first to close the knee joint and then open out to the sides. You could open the soles of the feet up too. Then folding forward from here. I think that was it, or almost all of it. We did bridge. So you're laying back, you bring your feet in. So for bridge, hips just lift up. And then for wheel, arms come up, you press up into wheel. Thighs are coming in toward one another. Same with the arms, the elbows aren't splaying out, they're coming in. And then when you release a back bend, you let the knees touch and step the feet out wider than the hips to release the spine. We did like a reclined spinal twist. It's always good to do a twist after you do a back bend if you're practicing on your own. And then we also learned Happy Baby last week, where the knees come down around the sides, ankles over knees. And you can hold on to your feet if you can't reach your feet and you're all the way like up here, you can't reach. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs instead, or just the shins. And then Savasana was how we finished, started and ended. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, laying like this. If this is not comfortable, you can come into however is most comfortable for you. Cool. I think that's all. Let me know if I left anything out, and I will see you next week.